Experiment more and be a bit more random, because the ratio, the extent to which bees trade off exploit versus explore. Exploit is, broadly speaking, you follow the waggle dance, you know where there is existing pollen or nectar, and that's where you go. And that's kind of exploit. That's based on past information, and it's a strategy you upweight when you have conditions of stability. Explore is when bees go off at random, hoping to find new sources of nectar and pollen. And that becomes even more important, of course, in conditions of instability or uncertainty. So what you'll find is that bees in a more uncertain environment tend to explore more and exploit less. And I think the extent to which the business world has been overly focused on efficiency and has considered too little both random and creative experimentation, and also resilience, by the way. There in many ways, a lot of businesses are, as Gerd Gigerenzer would say, optimized on the past. And I'm not suggesting you should never exploit what you know. That would be insane. Okay, I'm merely saying that the ratio of exploit to explore needs to shift in favor of explore, and some of the experimentation needs to be more eccentric. So actually, testing direct mail would be exactly the kind of thing I might propose if I were an e-tailer. Okay. Actually testing direct mail again would be exactly the kind of thing I'd start to test now. I grew up on direct mail. I still think it's a really potent medium. And by the way, I still think what's important to know about it is that there are certain behavioral problems which direct mail can solve, which are far, far harder to solve using only digital communications. And one of the things that worries me, by the way, is the lack of creative experimentation. So that would be my other wish fulfillment dream for the future. To some extent, media businesses and tech companies have connived to make optimization all about the targeting and not enough about the creative. But as Google will tell you, once your targeting reaches a certain level of competence, the really significant gains come from creative testing, not media testing. And one of the things that worries me, by the way, is when I look at digital, what gets a good click through? The answer is a discount, right? Or a sale, okay? What are you optimizing against, therefore? You're optimizing against customers who click on sales messages. What does that mean is you're basically creating a customer base which likes to buy on deal and discount. So it's vitally important to remember that when you optimize something, it's highly likely that you're optimizing on completely the wrong thing. Interestingly, if you looked in the long term, my hunch might be that buyers in response to print may actually have a higher lifetime value than buyers who respond to things online. And we're not measuring that, and we need to.